Hey guys, welcome to Excel tutorial channel, and in this video we will cover the ifs function in Excel. So we have covered the if or function, and we have covered the comparison operators and basic logical functions in the first video, and we have covered the one game which is the dice game with the help of if and or. Now we're gonna cover the ifs function in Excel. So we will cover the difference between the if and ifs and the ifs function. Ifs function is very straightforward, you don't need to complex the things out in this function, so we will cover that also. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do it, because in the upcoming videos we will cover each and every functionality of Excel. So let's get started. So we have this particular table, we have covered this particular table in the if function. So we're gonna find the grade in maths, grade in English, remarks in maths and remarks in English with the help of ifs function. So before getting on to anything, if you want to download the practice sheet, you can find a link in the description box where it will give you the Google Sheet practice sheet. You can download from there and you can practice with me side by side. So before starting out, let's see what are the arguments of ifs function. So let's see. So we have the two arguments here, logical test 1 and logical value if true. So we have only two arguments here. If you recall, if you know the if function, we have the three arguments there, because if logical test 1, so what are the arguments of if function? If we say, so we have three, logical test and value if true and value if false, right? So this is the only difference between if and ifs function. So how you gonna apply if function. So first and foremost, if your Excel version is prior to Excel 2016, you don't get the ifs function. It's only available in the Excel 2016 and later versions. Okay, if you have prior to 2016, you should do the nested if function, which will help you. If you don't know about that, do watch the if function in Excel video where I have covered the nested if function, where you can apply multiple logical criteria in if function. So suppose where you can gonna apply this ifs or if function. Suppose you need to define a default value. Okay, in this range, let's say in this range you need to define a default value where your all criteria won't satisfy in this particular range. For example, if you're these are the marks of particular these students, and if you have some value here which you want to define as a default value, your particular criteria doesn't lies in that, then you should go with the if function, because it will give you the default value in the name of value if false. But you have something criteria which will satisfy all the condition, then you can go with the ifs function. Ifs function is that straightforward. So before going to that, let's see what default value does ifs function gives if it returns false. Let's test that out. So let me just put this like here. If it's less than 40, give me a F. If the same is less than 50, give me B or D. And let's see what does ifs function revert. So it revert as a not applicable. It revert as a Excel error. So to define a value if false, you should go with the if function. You can also use the nest if function for the multiple criteria. So here we don't need any default value, because we're going to define each and everything in the particular ranges. So ifs function becomes very handy. Hope you get to know the difference between the if and ifs function. So let's get started with the ifs. So here we need to define the grading in maths. So how does we gonna define the grading in maths? We will define like D, F, which is the fail, which is the less than 40 marks, and then D, then C, then B, then A, then double A, which is the A plus. So let's define that ifs function. Okay, logical test is if this is less than 40, then he will get the straight F. Same, less than 60, then he will be passed. Let's say D. Again, less than, let's say 70, then he will get the C. Again, less than 80, then he will get the B. If he get the less than 90, let's say, he will get the A. And when he get the greater than equal to 90, then he will get the AA in maths. So close the parentheses here and let's see if it does give us the correct. Yes, it will give it the C, which we have defined in the less than 70 part, and we will click this particular icon and apply to all. If we want to apply to grade in English and our English is English column is next to the maths, we can simply just drag this out like here and it will apply the formula automatically like in D, as you can see. And then to apply all to all the students here, we can just click the double click here and it will apply to the all. So here Carol got the double A in English, and who got the fail in English? Joseph. And Rotary and Davis got failed in maths. So hope you get this bonus tip here, how you can apply to the rows, and you already know how you can apply to the column part. Similarly, so we have covered this like in the less than and equal to operators here. Similarly, we will define these grading with the help of ifs in the remarks in maths and remarks in English. So how are we gonna do that? So with the help of equal to operator, we will gonna define this with the help of ifs function. So F will be failed and D will be just passed and so on. So how are we gonna do that? Let's do that. Ifs here. So grading in C. If E2 is equal to AA, then he's a or she a topper. Same way A, then he got excellent marks. Do check out with the quote unquote strings here, because it's very important. If he got the B, then he's got the good remarks here. Same way, if he got the B, he's done. C, then he's very average or she's very average. Again is equal to D, then he or she just passed. And if he got F, then obviously he's failed. Hope you get it by now. And close the parentheses and click OK. And here apply to all. So who's failed? As we know, Roder and Davis has failed in maths. And similarly, as we have done in the grading in maths and English, we can also just apply like this to this row and apply to all here like this. And here we got the remarks in English. So hope you get the point. What does ifs function do? And if you have got the point, then please click the like button. If you have some questions in mind, do let us know in the comment box. And if you want to know more about the logical functions and all the function in Excel, then do click the subscribe button and get the latest update about the Excel in your mailbox, and press the bell button to get the notification. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.